In this demonstration, I'm actually going to walk you guys through how I would fill out one of these budget worksheets. And it's a very personal thing for you to do, and it's something that you want to probably take an initial stab at and then review it with your spouse and really go into detail about what it means. And it's one of those conversations that you want to have without emotion, and that's why it's really just great to have numbers. Numbers, they're not emotional. It is what it is. So let's kind of talk through this first. I'm going to guesstimate that I have a monthly income of $6,000. That's my income and my spouse's income after taxes. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in. And what I'm looking to do right now is just kind of create an initial budget relatively quickly that doesn't have any seasonality in it and doesn't have any known facts such as birthdays, and so what I first did was I went through line number 1, this pay period 1, and added in what I think we spend each month. And then I'm going to carry that over to the rest of the year. So utilities, probably about $270, cell phone providers, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we can save some money here. All right, so let's take a look. First, when we look at the income, first thing we want to do is say, when do you think you're going to get a pay increase? So if we know that we get our pay increases in March, and usually it's maybe 3%, there we know we can have a 3% raise. I can calculate that real quick. Not that much, but every dollar helps. Let's say your raise is in following month. And let's say we know we get a bonus in September, and we'll guesstimate it to be about $1,500. Okay. All right. If there's any other miscellaneous income that you can think of, I would go ahead and plug that in. Utilities is very seasonal. So in January, $270 is probably about right for our 3,000 square foot house in Alabama. But once we start moving into February and March, our utility bills usually go down as it gets warmer. And then it'll spike again because it's just hot. And start going down. So this is something you can also get online and take a look at your utility bills, and you'll be able to see that seasonality. And I believe you can actually even call your utility company and ask for that information so that they can help you plan for that budget. Cable, this can be seasonal if you get the NFL package like what we did, and in which case it went from $60 a month to $95. And for several years there, we actually planned for this. But I also want to point out something here. $60 a month to $95, that's $1,000 a year. Nearly $1,000 a year that's going towards cable. That's almost a mortgage payment. Is it that worth it to you? I can tell you this was the first thing that we cut when I decided to become a stay-at-home mom. And we bought an antenna and fine with it. Actually, we bought another a Roku, and it's fantastic. So definitely take a look at ways to save and alternative means. Phone, DSL, that's probably about $50. Cell phone, that's probably about right. We'll look for a way to cut that here in a little bit. Gas, how much do you guys spend every month to and from work? Do you have any vacations planned? Maybe spring break, you're going to go to Florida, and you know the gas is going to be more expensive. Registration fees and maintenance, maybe we don't need to spend that every month. Or maybe we could separate one car and the other car, and that way we just spend maybe $60 every month. Take a look at that gas. Go visit a Thanksgiving, family at Thanksgiving. Okay, what you want to do is really infuse as much reality into this as possible. School and childcare. If you are working, you've got after school care or daycare. That'll be a great place to look to determine when and if you can stop working. Clothing. It's pretty easy to spend $50 a month on clothing. Shoes for kids is like $35 to $40, $50 easy, and that's just one pair of shoes. 2 outfits maybe is $50, and I think we all know they go through them pretty quickly. So one of the things I do when I'm reviewing my budget is to take a look at this last. Clothing, hair gets my last attention, because if I have money left over, then I can put it there. If I don't, then this is the first place I cut it. So let's leave it at 50 for now. Groceries, let's take a look at groceries. Every month we know that it spikes at Christmas. Is there any other areas that it spikes? I want to check out. Dining, maybe this spikes for an anniversary, so you want to account for that. Medical, dental, we leave that pretty static, although most of the time we don't use it. It's there if we need it. Household, those are those Lowe's visits to get air filters, light bulbs. You may not need $150. Again, that may be an area that we can come back and take a look at how we can trim the fat. Gym membership, this is that one thing that belongs to me and that I have to have as a stay-at-home mom. And that's something that you're going to want to start looking at to make sure that you have that social outlet to maintain your sanity when you become a stay-at-home mom. Not that I'm saying you're going to go insane, it's just you need to have something to do that's all your own and no kids involved. Gifts given, let's take a look at when birthdays are. So if you have a birthday party planned and you always do it at Pump It Up or a bowling alley, you know that's going to cost you like $200, $300. Plan for it. If you don't have the money, do something different. Backyard barbecues are really a lot of fun. Slumber parties, girls just love that stuff. Maybe you need to get up a gift for your mom or your dad. Plan for those. Mortgage, take a look at your mortgage. Does it fall under your budget guide of $6,000 monthly income and your housing is $1,500? If it does, fantastic. If it doesn't, well, then you probably need to evaluate whether you've got too big of a house for your income. Credit card, so credit card 1 and 2. This is part of something you'll want to consider to have zero credit card balance when you become a stay-at-home mom. So the first thing you want to do is pay as much as you can on the credit card that has the lowest balance. So let's take a look at that for a second. Credit card 1, let's say it has $1,200 on it. And I can afford $300 a month on that one. In 4 months, I should have it paid down. The minimum required on the second credit card that I have to pay is $50. So for those 4 months that you're paying as much as you can on that first credit card, you want to pay as little as you can on the remaining credit cards. So then once that credit card is paid off, you can take $350 and pay that second credit card down until it's paid down completely. And then ideally, if you will become debt-free of credit cards, and then cut them up, never use them again. College funds. So if you have some money left over um, and you want your children to go to college and they're showing interest in going to college, start putting together some money for that investment, their future investment. I think most 529s are a minimum of $50, so go ahead and put that aside. $50 for your life insurance, and that's just money that I know we don't really play with. Okay, emergency fund. So you want to get that $1,000 built up as quickly as you can. So, and $1,000 would be built up in 4 months. Okay. Taxes, like I said before, you want to owe the government. You don't want the government to pay you. That way you can earn the monthly interest on $2,600. So at the end of the year, you would have $2,600. Interest rates right now are terrible, but it's still better you getting it than them. Okay. Charity, if you find that you need money elsewhere, don't give the money, charity money. Instead, give them your time. Many charities are looking for volunteers, and then some would rather have your time than money. Do what you can. Christmas, save up. Let's see, if we were to continue on this path, we would have $2,600 towards Christmas. That's pretty nice. Vacation, we're not going to take any until all of our credit cards are paid for. And we'll have to come back to that. Planned expenses, take a look at it. Do you have any planned expenses coming up that you'll want to make sure that you account for? So overall, I'm in a positive $225. So that means I'm living it within my income of $6,000. That's a good thing. So next thing we're going to want to do is evaluate, can we live within a single income? So take a minute and fill out your whole income spreadsheet and expenses spreadsheet, and then let's come back and take a look at that next section.